So now, let's get a couple of these questions in here. There are costume questions and line questions. Let's deal with the costume one first. What is it like to wear such elaborate costumes in these plays?
Well, you know, what's great is this is a repertory company. We get to be a part of several different shows, so we get to be a part of several different worlds in that way. What we're wearing for Taming of the Shrew, for example, is quite a period in that way, and I have some incredible pumpkin pants. And
they are incredible.
Elaborate is the perfect word, I would say. And then I was just in fitting right before I came to this morning for All's Well, where we're setting it in the 1890s. Marty believed that to set the play in a shape closer to our time makes the play more accessible. I think that's a really great idea. And you know, Christina Padubiak has done such an amazing job of beautiful, elegant costumes, and it's going to look incredible. So it's nice to know you're going to made to look well. You know, like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Christina Padubiak is an outstanding designer and historically brilliant. I mean, she's a craftsperson as well as a designer. So the materials and the detailing, I mean, she does such research into everything like belt buckles.
Yeah,
astounding.
And the whole team, you know, Terry and everyone, you have 8 people, you know, standing around you, working on every small detail. So it's an incredible thing about this place, the people and the resources here. It's fantastic to have that brought to the page.
Yeah.
It really puts you in the time. It really helps you feel like, you know, you're...
Yeah. Does a lot of the work for you.
It puts you in the world. It certainly puts you in the world.
And what's it feel like to be that poor physician's daughter in those different outfits you get to wear?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, they're gorgeous, and you get to see the transformations happening inside as well as on the out. I mean, as the play progresses, you watch her physically go from a poor physician's daughter to the favorite of the king to, you know, and all that. You see that happen to her, so it's pretty, it's quite amazing.
That manifestation of that growth and
her,
change.
as she becomes more confident, you see it on the outside as well, which is a magnificent thing that Christina's done in being able to understand the journey of the characters.
And the journey includes a trip to Italy, which ain't shabby.
That's right. Pilgrimage.
And I guess in a way represents for him a kind of loosening of perhaps morals, but also just a sense of life, right?
That's right.
From the constriction of Roussillon, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, how do you memorize Shakespeare? Is it more difficult than contemporary plays, someone wants to know?
It's easier.
I'd say it's easier.
It's easier, actually.
The structure makes it easier. You know, for one, if you have rhyming couplets, you know, you're able to aim in that, and every word is so important, as I believe it should be in a contemporary play or anything. But because every word fits the path, you know, it makes it a lot easier to put in. I find it stays, and it stays with you longer.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't just leave your brain.
Yeah.
Interesting. And that's true, would you say, for both verse and prose for both of you?
I would say so. Yeah. I would say, contemporary plays can be incredibly difficult to memorize sometimes.
Careful. Well, this is viewed by many contemporary plays. All right. Question. What is the best thing about being at the Stratford Festival?
The people.
The people?
The people, yeah. It's quite,
You mean like Jeff?
Well, I don't know about Jeff necessarily, but
other people. Yeah.
There's just the support system, the other actors, the directors, everyone. It's just such a, you feel really supported. You feel like you're able to do your work and be, everyone, you know, there's so much support that you can feel confident in what you're doing.
Yeah. And it's pretty hard to pin it down to one thing, I would say. Like the voice department here is such a great thing to get to take advantage of. Janine Pearson, Nancy Benjamin, David Latham. It's so great to have so many people at your fingertips to help you succeed in what you do. Yeah. This stage, you know, being on, when we did our first preview of Hamlet, we did it to 1,700 students who were totally with us the whole way through. And at the end, we're screaming like it was a rock concert, and it was incredibly moving. I think I've been very fortunate to be on a lot of great stages and a lot of great opening nights, Floyd Collins and Journey's End, Our Town in Toronto, and it was its incredibly own special entity. You know, you just feel the history of the place, and you know, to know all of the people who have come before, to be here with Brian Dennehy, you know, playing
Martha.
Playing the king, and know that Alec Guinness played that in 1953.
Well, I want to ask you about that, because you both are accomplished actors. You've won acclaim in other parts of the country, and now you're here, you've joined the company, welcome. But this is a play we did in 1953. It was one of the 2 plays that started the festival. What does that feel like? I mean, that's a direct lineage, right, to both of you.
I think it's, it's great that this play began it all here. I think it's no small feat. It's such
a testament to the play
show.
too. I mean, so many people say that it's a difficult play or a challenging play, but I think ultimately it's a beautiful play, and it's one that that we want to see, and so. I think it's amazing that it was one of the first, and now we get to do it again, and it's...
It is. They weren't obvious choices.
No.
I mean, they didn't start with Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet.
Absolutely. Right? I think there's a reason for that, so it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the more I work on it, I loved the play when I read it from the beginning, and the more I work on it, the more amazing it seems to me all the time.
Well, there's a question about that. Were there any aha moments for you in terms of the rehearsals? I mean, was there a moment that something kind of came clear to you? I'm sure there were many every day, but is there anything
every day, every day there are some, to pinpoint a few, like I've working with Nancy on some stuff of finding Nancy's our voice coach on the program. She's in charge of it, and just understanding how to approach this stuff. To me, this verse and prose is all very new and exciting, and to find where the emotional sort of journey lives of it, and not to be on top of that, but to really let the text live. I found there was a day where she was really great in helping me just let everything drop in. And then also last night, I thought we had a really great rehearsal on stage. We did the scene where...
Helena chooses the husband.
Yeah, and it's a very difficult scene because, Bertram, to be inside of Bertram, you want to make him a real human being and justified in his actions. And so you can shy away from some of the potential ugliness of this character, and yet at the same time you have to be able to embrace that. And Marty is very patient with me, and I think helped me to really understand some of that last night, into how to be able to encompass all of that, what she sees in him that's so wonderful, and at the same time what is burning in him that drives him away.
Yeah, that's a big thing too, is that Helena sees him, she sees all the good in him, all the bad too, but at first, and he's always talked about as being such a, I don't know, difficult character or whatever, but ultimately she sees the good in him.
Yeah, this play wouldn't make any sense, I think, ultimately, if there wasn't any good in him, right?
That's right.
And I believe that this play makes a lot of sense, and I believe that with everyone that we have on it, I think it's going to really be a complete entity, and the world's going to be very cool.
So, you love him warts and all. You kind of know him. You sound like this female character is way ahead of the male character.
Aren't they always?
So, it's funny because Shakespeare married a woman who was older than he was, and they had a baby immediately. So I wonder if maybe, it was a bit of autobiographical writing here.
Yeah, there might have been.
Well, maybe you'll, as the season goes on, as you come up to your opening, which is in a month, in a month and a half,
that's right.
And as you get to run this play all the way through the summer and into the spring, into the fall, maybe more and more of that will become clearer and clearer to all of us. So I would suggest that people not only see it as it opens, but often see it many times during the course of the year and see how the relationship evolves and deepens, as it inevitably does here at the festival over the course of the season. Jeff, Daniela, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And best of luck. Break many legs in the weeks ahead. Okay. Thank you for joining us as well. Next week, we go behind the scenes. We're going to do a special section on what it's like at the Stratford Shakespeare Festival as we get ready for opening week. And Des McAnuff, our artistic director, and I will be taking you backstage and around the grounds, and you can see all the excitement as it takes shape. We'll see you then, 11:30 on Wednesday. Bye-bye.